Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm back from Korea now. I'm home. I've been home, been working, I get my life in check. The last time we spoke, I told you guys I was in Korea and it was kind of like my last little party hoo-ha in Seoul, and that was the last weekend before I left. And after that weekend of partying, something happened, and so I couldn't vlog anymore, and like everything kind of just fell apart. This is about my horrific experience. I shouldn't call it that. I really shouldn't. Oh, I feel bad already. Anyways, wasn't the best guest house experience. Basically, I had some things happen. So it was my last 2 days in Seoul, and I was planning to stay in a new guest house because my time at my Airbnb was up. For some weird reason, I thought I only had 1 day left after I left the Airbnb, but I realized, wait, no, I'm leaving on Tuesday, so I still have Monday or I'm leaving on, I can't remember which one, but I still had 2 days left. And I was like, oh damn, so I got booked 2 more days of another place. I was just gonna kind of stay near to the airport so that I could just get home really fast, like get up in the morning, go to the airport. But I still had 2 days, so I had to find somewhere that was like close to everything but still like easy to get to the airport. And so I bought this guest house. It looked great, had great reviews, and you know, it looked really nice and renovated and done up, and I was like, oh yes, this looks like a steal. And so I leave my Airbnb in the mountains. It was lovely, it was nice. I mean, on the last day I kind of got like little ants come in because number one, it's in the freaking mountains. Number two, I left food out. Who asked me to leave Mexican food on the table overnight? Who knows? But anyway, so yeah, I was kind of happy to get out and go somewhere new. So I was going to a guest house. This guest house was in the Mule area, and if you know anything about Seoul, you know, like that Mule, Yeongdeunpo kind of area, well, at least where this guest house was. Okay guys, so I had to move rooms because I am on my balcony. I don't have like a net curtain, and so people could see directly through, and it's really off-putting because like my neighbor right across on the opposite side is like standing on his balcony constantly, and it felt really rude actually, just like cutting off the camera. As I was saying, so I had 2 days left until I was leaving, and I was going to the guest house. The area looked okay, the guest house looked great, but then when I got to the area and I was walking with dragging my suitcase along with me, I was thinking, oh boy, we're in for a shocker. Do you know what? It's a bad area. Okay, that's cool. Like, it was run down. The area is completely run down. When you get out of the station, when you get out of any station in Seoul, it's quite nice. Like, any area around the station is quite nice. But as you start to get deeper into like the Mule Yeongdeunpo like area, Mule is like a part of Yeongdeunpo. As you got deeper into the Mule area, you started to realize how shady things were. There was a lot of like derelict buildings. There was like this, I don't know, I started walking down the street where it was just all factory looking places that were like broken down, and then I saw these people doing like a photo shoot. I was just like, wait, what? It's that kind of area. And so I was walking to my guest house thinking, oh god, this place is like, this area is not great. And I've traveled, I'm from East London, like I've seen all kinds of places, you know. I've seen all kinds, but it was looking pretty shady. And so by the time I got to the guest house, I went upstairs. Like, there were stairs, so I had to pull my suitcase upstairs, which was a struggle. By the time I got upstairs and everything, I was like, do you know what? This place has aircon, it's nice, it looks so bright and beautiful. I was like, oh, this place is so newly renovated. I don't care about what's outside. Like, this doesn't bother me too much. Like, it doesn't bother me at all, really. It's just kind of like red flag. I signed in with the, I come early as well, so which was nice. I signed in with the people who owned the guest house, and they were so nice. They were lovely. Oh my god. I was like, instantly felt at home. I was like, wow, this place is awesome, it looks beautiful, and they're super friendly. Oh my god, like the friendliest guest house people I've ever met. And so this is kind of why I didn't want to make the video, but like, this is why I won't reveal where it is. I'll just tell you the area, as I told you before, the area where it was. But yeah, like, they were so nice, and given the area, I'm not shocked by, you know, what happened next. So I went to my room and I was chilling, and I was lying down on my bed, and I got some water. Like, they got me some water, which is really nice. And I was like just lying down on my bed. I was watching, I don't know, The Martian, I think, or something, and I was just kind of chilling out because it'd been a long morning. And so I was just lying down, and I could hear sounds, and I just ignored the sounds. And, you know, it was quite loud in the room, so like, it just sounds, I'm just used to sounds, and I meditate, so everything's kind of loud in my head anyway. That sounds dodgy, but yeah. I'm very aware of things like heightened senses. So after I finished watching my film, it was quiet and I was just lying there peacefully like, oh, this is great, this place is nice, it's like really nice. I was about to like actually start filming like a little mini tour of the place and everything, and I was just lying there. I could hear this sound, and the sound was so loud that I was like, it's not in my head, like not that it's not that I hear things in my head, but like I can usually hear things far away. And so I was like, it's not like outside, I can hear this, it's like here, and it sounded like scratching, it's like scratching sounds. It's like, I was like, what the hell is that? Anyways, I couldn't figure out what it was, so I just kind of like went back to it. And then like I was lying down, and for some reason, I don't know, I had to get my laptop, which was either behind me or beside me. So I like moved over on the bed and like looked up. I was like, obviously because I turned, I was like looking back, and on the ceiling there was this humongous, I mean, it was pretty big, like cockroach just crawling on the ceiling. And I was just like, I like froze. You know, you freeze in a second because your brain just doesn't really understand what's going on, or it hasn't caught up with your eyes, which is what happened to me. My brain was just like, it just didn't register. It was just seeing this thing, and I was just like shocked, just sitting there, just shocked and thinking, holy moly. And so I just got off the bed instantly, and I could hear the sound, and then I could see it moving, and I was like, oh my god. And then I started freaking out in my head. I thought for a second, I stood there and I was staring at the ceiling like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? There's a cockroach just crawling all over my ceiling right now. It could fall on me, so I'm not sitting on the bed. And so I go outside, there's no one around. The people who own the guest house really left. I could probably hear one person in their room down below. I was wondering why it was so empty. And on the table, sure enough, there's bug spray outside every door. I was like, oh my god. So I grabbed this bug spray, and then I go back inside. Like in my head, I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? And so I go and grab a cup as well from the kitchen, like one of the paper cups they had, and I got the bug spray, and I ran back in the room, and it was still there on the ceiling, like crawling back, right? And then I spray the thing, and it does not die. Like it tries to run back into, like, I sprayed it a lot. I probably poisoned myself a little bit in the process. It tried to run back into the hole that it came out from, which I realized was like the top corner of the bedroom. There was like a little flap of the wallpaper that had come loose a little bit, and it wasn't wallpaper, it was like padding, so it was weird. So like there was a little gap, and it just went right back in there. And so stupid me, oh my god, stupid me, decided to spray the hole. Oh my god. Out comes running like 2 more cockroaches, and I am dying, like, oh my god. So I'm like, holy crap, and they're like so loud, and I'm just like freaking out. I'm sure whoever's at the end of the hallway must have heard me freaking out. Just like, what the hell? And so I get this cup, and I just like hit the ceiling with the cup. I stand on the bed, I hit the ceiling with the cup, and I'm like, ah! And then it just drops in, and then the second one runs back inside the hole, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like, I need a paper, so I'm like looking for paper. And I grab paper and I put it on top of the cup, and I go and I throw it in the bin. Like I didn't even try to kill it, because I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to see it. Like I don't want to touch it, I don't want to see it. I just, you know, it's going. And so I threw it in the bin, and then another one came out, and I had to do it again and throw it in the bin. I was like, sure, I cannot do this. I messaged Kyle, my boyfriend, I messaged my fiance, I messaged him telling him the whole fiasco, and I was like, oh my god, Kyle, what am I gonna do? I just got here, and there's no way I can sleep here because they're crawling on the ceiling. If they're crawling on the floor, I could probably deal with that, you know, like, but they're on the ceiling and they're loud. There's no way I'll be able to sleep. Like this will literally mess with my brain. And so and so Kyle's just like, oh, it's just cockroaches, you'll be fine. Like, because cockroaches aren't uncommon in Korea or in Asia in general, for that matter of fact. But the fact that they were just crawling on the ceiling and they were so loud, I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. And I was just like, do you know what? You're not helpful. You're just not helpful. And then I called him later, and I could hear my dad in the background, because he happened to be at my parents' house, right? Like, of course he was at my parents' house, and so he told my dad the whole story. And I could hear my dad in the background. He's like, Abby, you're from Africa. It's just cockroaches. And I was just like, I was not born in Nigeria. He's like, you're from Nigeria, you should be used to this. I'm like, I was not born in Nigeria. If you wanted me to be used to this, you should have born me in Nigeria. I was born in London. We don't have cockroaches. Like, as far as I know, I've never seen cockroaches much here. The only time I really remember seeing cockroaches was in the Philippines, and it was at this, like, I don't know, I was staying in this like kind of hut thing, and I thought it was really cool, and theoretically speaking was, but then I woke up and then there was this massive, like, really big cockroach just sitting on its back, squiggling, making sounds, doing circles, and I was just like, do you know what, I'm leaving. And basically this is exactly the same thing that happened. So I went online and I looked for a place. I was like, I have to find a place, but I was at the end of my stay, so I was kind of getting broke at this point, you know, like I spent all my money. Well, I hadn't spent all of it, but I needed to make sure I had enough, like, for when I got home and stuff. And so I was like, oh my god, I don't want to be spending any more on hotels and stuff, and guest houses. Luckily, for some reason, I remembered that I had like some Expedia credit left from when I did my trip in 2016 around like America. I went to KCON and I done a bunch of places. I went to a bunch of places like LA, Vegas, San Francisco, and so I got a lot of credit from that trip, thankfully. And so I had like $25 left over, and I just looked for the nicest hotel, because I really needed, you know when you're just broken and you're just like, I need to just go from 0 to 100 like right now, because I can't take anything less than that. And I was like, I can't take any chances that the next place is going to be crappy. So I was like, what's the nicest place that's close to me that I can go to that's not going to break the bank, and that I can use this, because they double your credit if you go to a VIP hotel. So it was $40. I was like, I could get a good place with that amount of money in Korea. I went to McDonald's because I just left that place. I didn't even tell them because they weren't there, so I packed my stuff. I didn't pack my stuff, I packed a backpack and I left my suitcase and I went, because I was not staying there, I just wasn't. So I just left, I zipped up my suitcase and I was like, Joe, I'm not dragging that around, I don't know where I'm going. So I took my backpack and my laptop and everything and I headed to McDonald's, and it's like 24 hours, thank God for Seoul, and it's 24 hours cafes and McDonald's and everything. So I was sitting upstairs with my laptop plugged in and I was like looking for a place, and I found the Schiller Steak Gyro. It's not far away, I can get there, like it was like 11:30 by now. I was like, it takes me half an hour to get there, I would just make it. So I rushed out of the McDonald's, I got on the thingamajiggy, the train, and I headed down to the Schiller. And the Schiller is a nice hotel. If any of you have ever been to, stayed at, or heard of the Schiller hotel, it's like a 4-star hotel in Korea that's pretty nice, like. And when I got there, like, I looked a mess, and I was like, just, you know, emotionally just distraught from the cockroaches that were trying to kill me from the ceiling. But they were really nice. When I signed in, it was like 12:05, and they still obviously let me check in and everything, and it was super nice. I went upstairs to my room and it was just beautiful, like the windows, oh, it was nighttime and you could see the whole city, and I just felt so happy. And it was like tea, they had these fancy coffee, that they got these new coffee things that are going on in hotels, that it's like a bag full of coffee, and it's like a tea bag, but it's got coffee in it, and so it's like, you know, it's filter coffee in a bag. And I was like, this is an amazing idea. I'd had it once because DK from Thursday Party got it for me as a gift from Japan once when he went to Japan, and it like changed my life. I was like, oh my god, I wish they had this everywhere. But yeah, I really love that. That was such a thoughtful gift. I love coffee. Anyways, I had the great stay at the Schiller. It was lovely, it was so bougie and so nice and so great. And you know what, sometimes you just need that. Like, I had thought about doing a nice one-night stay in somewhere really nice, but I was just like, do you know what, I want to do this on a budget. I don't want to be spending too much money, like it's not about that. But after my traumatic experience at the guest house, I was like, do you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna do it. And Carl was like he was like, oh, don't spend your money, blah blah blah, don't waste your money on it, da, da, da. Just go find somewhere else. And I was like, no, I'm going somewhere nice and I don't care what you say. It's like, I need this to feel better about my stay. And so it really made a difference. Like, I was so much happier the next day. I went back and I grabbed my stuff from the guest house after I checked out, and they had a late checkout, so it was so nice. Oh, in the morning it was beautiful, and like the room was really nice and the shower was lovely, and you know, and it's just like, I haven't been in a nice hotel in a long time, so I was just like, this is so nice. I went back, grabbed my stuff, and they weren't there, so I just left. I left and then I messaged them. First I messaged booking.com to cancel my whole thing, and then I messaged them and told them like the whole reason. I messaged the guest house to explain why I'd left. I told them about the cockroaches and everything, and I was just like, I couldn't stay, they were on the ceiling and it was just really distracting, and yeah, I just couldn't stay. And they were like, we're so sorry, you know, we'll refund your whole trip, blah blah blah. And I was like, thank you, thank you. And they were like, oh, if you just wait there, we will come back and, you know, sign you out and everything. I was like, no, it's okay, I already got my stuff and left. I left the key in the box. And they were like, okay. I feel like someone who is okay around bugs and stuff. Like, I'm okay around bugs. Like, just on the ceiling is a no-no. Like, I used to have a lizard. I want another lizard. Anyways, I used to have a lizard. I fed my lizard cockroaches, not cockroaches, no, that was not one that I dabbled in. Crickets and mealworms and all sorts of things, like waxworms, all sorts of crazy bugs. Like, I'm okay with bugs, just not one there on top of me at night time, you know, because I would sleep there, and if a cockroach falls in my mouth while I'm sleeping, I'm gonna kill someone. So I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. They're really nice about it, and God bless them, they were so nice. They were a nice couple. They weren't a couple, it was a family, and they were really nice, and I felt bad ditching out, you know, and like overreacting so much. But it's just like, do you know when you just have something really shocking happen to you, you don't expect it to come, and it hits you in the face like bam? That's what happened to me. That's how I felt. And so my reaction was just that. And my last night I stayed at like this tiny little like hotel, which really wasn't a hotel, next to Seoul station, and I grabbed the next train out in the morning and caught my flight home. And I'm really happy that I stayed at the Schiller and I decided not to stay, because I would have been miserable. And yeah, if that ever happens to you, take control of the situation. Don't make yourself miserable, because you will regret it. So yeah, it will make you feel much better if you just leave. I hope you enjoyed this story time. I just wanted to share that with you and share that like thing that happened. It's really hot in here because I closed the windows because I don't want to disturb all my neighbors, like, because we in close quarters. Like, I can see my neighbor over there who I'm gonna go hang out with in a second actually. And so I'm out for now. I will film more soon, and I'll be back soon, hopefully this time. It just got really dark, and that's the cue for Abby to leave. Leave a comment down below if you've ever had any interesting stories. Oh, I love to hear bug stories. Any bug, hotel, guest house horror stories, please post them below. I need some, what's the word? Someone to help me to feel like I'm not alone in these moments, and I'm not crazy for feeling super trapped and wanting to leave that place because cockroaches on the ceiling. And they are. Anyways, 안녕 guys. Bye bye. Tonight we ain't got limit, baby. 내일 내가 살아 있을지도 if it, yeah, if it, yeah, if it, yeah, if it, yeah.